What up, YouTube? I am the Communist Messiah. A big issue in the news recently is gun crime in the United States of America. And this is a very interesting thing as far as I'm concerned. Let me just start by saying, I am not anti-gun. I don't think that guns should be banned. Definitely not all guns should be banned. I'm more in for gun control. I'll get onto that in a minute. A lot of you will have seen the Piers Morgan versus Alex Jones debate. Now, I hate Piers Morgan. I have done for years. I live in the UK. When I found out that he was moving to America, I was overjoyed. But I think you put him in a room with Alex Jones, and I actually start to think that Piers Morgan becomes the more reasonable human being. And that means that Alex Jones did something very wrong. Okay? I'm going to paraphrase what Alex Jones said, because, let's face it, the man was talking so fast and shouting that I can't really understand a word he's saying, but also I can't be bothered to learn what that moron said off by heart. So, going back a bit to the shooting at the Batman premiere, he argues that if everyone had had a gun, fewer people would have been injured and killed because the gunman would have been shot first. Equally, at the school, if everyone had had a gun, the shooter wouldn't have been able to make much progress because everyone would have turned and bust a cap in him. Sorry, I went all ghetto there. I don't do ghetto. Anyway. Am I the only one here who sees how moronic that is? I'm sorry, he's suggesting that the more bullets that are flying around, the fewer people are going to get hurt. That's idiocy! That is just fucking moronic! I'm going to use a word now that I don't like using because I find it offensive and I don't think that it actually adequately explains a situation such as this. But I think I'm going to use it now. That's fucking retarded! This idea that if you're having more people shooting, fewer people are going to get shot. There is no logic to that. None. Anyway, the other really stupid thing he said was if you take away our guns, we're going to restart the Civil War. Oof, Civil War. Touchy ground. I can understand why people went into the Civil War. I can understand why it happened with the whole Emancipation Proclamation and everything like that, and Abraham Lincoln was going to destroy the economy of the South by abolishing slavery, and he did. So I can understand why the war broke out and everything like that. But threatening to re-incite it, that's treason. Right? I can tell you right now, in the UK, if you commit treason, that is the only crime for which you can actually be punished by death. If you challenge the Queen, if you threaten the Queen, it is possible to be punished by death. And whilst I hate monarchy in all of its forms, because it's a ridiculous statement to make that someone is born with the right to rule you, still, you just don't do that. So, threatening to reincite the Civil War, stupid idea. Believing that if there are more guns, fewer people are going to get shot, that's ridiculously stupid as well. Right. I'm glad that America hasn't taken the British policy in this. British policy would have been to immediately ban whatever weapon was being used. Right? In the UK there are bans on assault weapons, there are bans on handguns, there are bans on shotguns. I think the only weapon you are currently allowed to carry are some types of hunting rifle. I'm not certain, I don't own a gun myself. Like, you know, they're not my style, I prefer blades, but still. America shouldn't ban guns, shouldn't just off the bat ban them. For instance, after the Raoul Moat killings, and, you know, Raoul Moat was a gunman in the UK, and it led to the banning of, I think, the type of rifle he used. and various other rifles surrounding that one. After that, the UK just banned all those guns. I don't think that's what America should do. I think America ought to ban handguns. Because, let's face it, it's ridiculously easy to hide a handgun. You can slip it into your trousers and no one knows it's there until you start shooting people. What I think you ought to do, ban handguns, because they are only useful as kind of murder weapons. However, for self-defense and defending your home, shotguns and rifles should still be allowed. Here's my reasoning. It's really easy to hide a pistol. You can hollow out a bit of your jacket, slip the pistol in there. You can hide the pistol in your trousers, you can just slip it in. You can hide it in your sleeve, usually. It's kind of hard to do that with a 12-gauge shotgun. So the bigger guns are harder to cart around. So I understand that there are control mechanisms in place for the Second Amendment. Like, you know, the Second Amendment, I think, is a brilliant bit of legislation. It allows people to carry guns and have firearms, and I think it's good. And I know that there are restrictions in place, you know, no criminal record, you're not allowed, you have to be of sound mind, no drug convictions, all sorts of things, all sorts of hoops you have to jump through before you can actually get a gun license. But I think that there need to be tighter controls. Don't ban them, but control them. So anyway, I want to know what you guys think. Leave your comments in the comment section below. There is now a Facebook page up for the Communist Messiah, if you want it. If people are into it, I can set up a Tumblr or a Twitter as well. But only when I get a few more subscribers, because I kind of need a few. So, gun crime. Should guns be completely banned, or should they be controlled? I'll leave it up to you. See you later, YouTube.